Tēnā rā tātou katoa. Today is Wednesday the 16th of November 2022, and of course today we start off with 12 oral questions to ministers. I'm highlighting question number 5 in the name of Te Ano Tuiono, and his question is to the Minister for COVID-19 response and asks, is she satisfied that the government's response to COVID-19 is delivering equitable outcomes, including by implementing the recommendations of the Waitangi Tribunal in Haumaru, the COVID-19 priority report? And the second question that I'm interested in is question number 11 in the name of Mark Cameron to the Minister of Agriculture. And his question asks, does he stand by the statement he made in relation to the government's agricultural emissions pricing proposals? We've set a target of 10% reduction in methane by 2030. I think that is quite achievable with the existing technologies. If so, how many of those existing technologies are currently commercially available in New Zealand? At the conclusion of oral questions, we will have the general debate where members can raise matters they consider important. So that's 12 5-minute speeches. And then following that, the first item of business is the third reading of the Honourable Kiritapu Allen's Electoral Māori Electoral Option legislation bill, which allows people of Māori descent to transfer between the Māori and general electoral rolls at nearly any time and as many times as they wish. Following that bill, we will have the second reading of the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta's Water Services Entities Bill, which will set up 4 publicly owned water services entities to replace water services in local authorities. The third is the second reading of the Honourable James Shaw's Climate Change Response Extension of Penalty Transition for Forestry Activities with Low Volume Emissions Liabilities Amendment Bill, quite a mouthful, which proposes to extend the transition period provided for New Zealand Emissions Trading Scheme small forestry participants from 1 January 2023 to 1 January 2025. And lastly, the House will debate the committee stage of the Honourable Calvin Davis's Orangi Tamariki Amendment Bill, which will partially repeal the subsequent child provisions, repeal a redundant information sharing provision, and amend technical errors and ambiguities in the Oranga Tamariki Act 1989. Nō reira, tēnā rā tātou katoa.